Hey guys, it's Dr. Curvy and we're back with another video, and in this video we are going to be doing a beginner's guide to Seraphine. Now, a lot of people play Seraphine, but a lot of people don't as well, and I decided to make this video if you ever wanted to go and try her out, especially with her Star Garden skin out right now. You may be interested in trying her. Now, this guide is very general. So I'm just going to be giving you the standard build, the standard runes, and the standard spells. Everything is very general. Once you're familiar with the character, that's when you can start altering builds and the playstyles that you want, because you're already comfortable with the character. In the case of this guide, I'm just going to be giving you the basics of Seraphine so that you have a general idea when you start playing your matches. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. Starting off with Seraphine's passive, Stage Presence. Every third ability will cast an echo, making the spell cast again. Casting Seraphine's abilities grants a note to nearby allies. For each note, Seraphine's next basic attack gains range and bonus damage. Now this is pretty useful during the laning phase when you use one ability and you gain the note, and you can use it to poke down the enemy laner. It can also be used in towers and other objectives. Make sure you utilize this whenever you cast your abilities, especially when you're bobbing and weaving spells. You'll gain a lot of notes which you can use to poke the enemy team. With the passive out of the way, now let's move on to her abilities. The first ability is High Note. Seraphine deals damage in an area. When it's echoed, it will double proc it. Now, something about this ability is whenever an enemy is very low and they have less health, the damage will actually increase. So technically it could be used as an execute, especially if you're like 1 Q away from killing that low health enemy. As for the first skill, you max this first for its poking ability and damage. Her second ability, Surround Sound. Seraphine shields all nearby allies and grants them movement speed. If Seraphine is already shielded, nearby allies are healed, and it's increased for each ally. Now, you don't really need to use the Echo passive, because usually the Echo passive will cause her to heal. But if you have other means of shielding like a Lux shield, Mountain Drake shield, or even Locket enchant, she can actually proc the healing without using to double echo the ability. And you technically want to max this second. Why second? Because the healing and shielding and movement speed are so reliable later on that it could be helpful during a team fight, and it could even save your teammates. Her third ability, Beat Drop. Seraphine deals damage and slows enemies. If the enemy is already slowed, they are rooted instead. If they are already rooted, they are stunned instead. Now, you can do some wacky things with this ability, especially if you are paired with a Jhin, Lux, Morgana, anyone that has some CC, like Leona, anything. She is really reliable in that. You technically want to max this last, because it's more of a utility spell and not really like a damage spell or a healing, shielding spell. And it's usually only used to catch people off guard or slow them so that they could eat your first skill. And finally, we have her ultimate, Encore. Seraphine deals damage in the line, charming and slowing enemies. Encore extends if it touches an ally or an enemy champion. Now, you tend to want to use this before a team fight and make sure Seraphine is in the backline. Why the backline? As it was mentioned in the description of the skill, she'll do more range. She'll have more range in the ability when it's being casted with allies and enemies. So imagine her range if everyone's like standing like in a single file line, and then it will just extend long enough to reach the backest of backlines. So yeah, you technically want to max this whenever it's available, probably within like 5, 11, and 13. Now let's talk about the items, runes, and summoner spells. Now this is a basic build. And it's usually the standard for when you're trying to pick up Seraphine. Even if it's the standard build, it's still her most effective build by far. And I've seen a lot of Seraphine players use it whenever I face them. So we have the Luden's Echo, the Rabadon stat cap. We got the Ionian Boots of Lucidity with the Locket Enchant. And then for your last 3 items, it could be whatever your team needs. So for example, I would like to go a Morello Nomicon for anti-heal, Rylai's to make my 3rd skill stun because it slows, meaning it'll root, and then on Echo it will stun. You know, that's a little Avril Lavigne complicated, but you know, you get my point there. And then a Void Staff to penetrate through people building magic resist. That's pretty much the build I would go for. But when you're more experienced with a champion, you would tend to alter your builds around. Like for example, if there's a tanky team, you probably want to build a Luden's Echo and Oblivion Orb if you want to, you know, execute more with your first skill like that. There's a lot of details there and like, you know, deep diving science things that, you know, you could focus on later when you're more experienced with the champion. But yeah, let's move on to the runes. Now the runes you want to go Electrocute, Weakness, Hunter's Titan, and Mana Flow Band. You can change things around, like you would take Scorch for Weakness or Nullifying Orb for Hunter's Titan and Hunter Genius for Mana Flow Band. And you can also take Airy, Summon Airy for Electrocute. Like I said, you can alter it once you're more experienced with the champion. This is just the standard basic build. For your summoner spells, you always want to take Ignite if you're whatever lane, mid lane support, because you can go very aggressive, and once you know, have the kill, you can just finish them off with Ignite. And Flash forever. Now that we got that out of the way, let's move on to the gameplay, where I'll be showing you what I do whenever I play Seraphine and the mindset that I have whenever I play this champion in the support lane. Because why? I'm always a support main, never changing, y'all. And we are in game. Look at me adjusting the settings, confused. Yeah, this is the start of the match. I'm currently Emerald 2 as of the recording of this video. So I'm almost Diamond, and I'm almost getting in that legendary cube, baby. Ew. Anyway, as you can see, my Tristana placed her ward over there. I didn't play. Did I place mine? I didn't place mine. I think I'm going to place my ward in there, ladies and gentlemen. I was right. Make sure you always do that for early vision. Like what I did here. See, I poked out that Malphite. I think his passive is gone. Yeah, his passive is gone. He's red. Overheat mode. That skin is weird. But yeah, as you can see, whenever I always play bot lane, my ADC ward somewhere, either the enemy jungle. As you can see, there is the pink ward in the blue buff in our map. You know, it's so second nature to whenever you play this. When you're in this rank, you'll feel like it's a natural thing. But when you're like lower elo, I feel like this is like a shock to some people. You know, it's good to know stuff, you know, early so you can climb faster. As you can see, the lane is pushed and I'm dancing around. I don't want to overextend myself because, you know, I could get poked out. Oh, side note, this Malphite is, oh, see, look at me rooting that and proccing my Electrocute and using my notes to poke the Malphite. I'm switching between opponents, which is a good thing sometimes because both could be low, but sometimes you want to focus on one enemy. So about this Malphite is actually going AP. He had Airy on. So yeah, he could be problematic, and you can see again with my Echo Root, I flashed in for the kill for Xayah, and I got first blood. And this is a fight fest, as you can see, it's crazy. And there I am with my E third skill and W, and then Katarina comes in, and then she tries to kill Deluxe, but she didn't. I should have not flashed there, but you know, I'm kill thirsty. So yeah, the Malphite's AP. Now if you're going Malphite support, yeah, I wouldn't go AP. It's useful, but in the late game when you need a tanky person, you would fall off. For real. I think Lee was the only one who had like decent tank stats to, you know, tank all the damage in the game, but what to do? Okay, I'm back in lane. Oh yeah, he got the double buffs, which got me mad. Malphite with double buffs is not a good sign. Oh, for ADC synergies, I think any ADC would suit well for Seraphine. But I would recommend someone like a Jhin, Lux APC if that's the thing. In Wild Rift, Lux can go ADC. And Ashe for slow. Ashe is actually a good alternative because of her auto attack slow. She can easily root. That's a CC heavy team. Am I missing anyone in the ADC category? Caitlyn with her traps, root. But yeah, as you can see, the laning phase is very boring. Malphite initiates on me because I didn't know that side was warded, so I was trying to poke and then I got killed. Yeah, this is why it's important to, you know, check your visions, people. I didn't see him ward that part, so I died, which is sad. But you know what? We keep on pushing. You know, I'm on my phone. I'm sitting on my stage. You know, it's like a flying car. Oh, and I still don't have the Star Guardian skin, which is sad. I do have Star Guardian Senna though, because I don't have a Senna skin. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's buy it. And I bought the redeemed Star Guardian event pass, and I'm around 1,600 tokens to getting the Rakan set with his pose and stuff. Okay, we see Lee Sin here, and I tried to save my ADC, but you know, he was kicked back. I tried ulting, and it didn't work. I don't know how I killed Lee. Did I? Oh wait, I think I killed Lee because I had a red buff. As you can see, I'm moving really weirdly because I was trying to look at the map and see like what my Zinja was doing. I think my Zinja was about to dive this Zaya who was low health, but then we see Katarina and I said, hold up. See, I was literally pinging like, yo, get away, get away, get away. And then Katarina comes in. Malphite had his ultimate up again, and then Katarina shut up. I think I killed Katarina here. I rooted her. No, Tristana killed her. Yeah, that was a good save by her. And also the red buff for the regen. I think red buff gives you regen. My ADC was pretty good, you know. And I've when you play so much rank, you know their usernames and you know who they are. It's so weird. Maybe because there's less players, but in my case, I do see, you know, the same players. As you can see in the map, like this is why early vision is important. They're doing dragon. We never took it. We never contested the dragon because there was like 4 of them or 3 of them in the lane. Of course, we were gonna lose. I don't know where Zin. I think Zin died to the Jax. Usually when a jungler takes one objective, you want to take the next. Considering Dragon and Rift Herald spawns at the same time, you would want to contest one in exchange for another. If you're lucky, you can get 2, which I try to tend to do as a support. You know, you want your macro to be like, oh, you have to ping, you have to ping, you have to go, go, go. So, yep. And I'm alone. I think, was I gonna get dived here? I don't remember. Okay, he was... Okay. You know you're low elo. Emerald is kind of low elo when, you know, they're taking turret shots like out up the wazoo. Malphite tried to initiate me here. Did I ult here? Yes, I ulted him here. And then we got a kill. Oh, I would have lived if he didn't ignite. But he was overconfident. He's not tank Malphite. If he was tank Malphite, he would have lived. No, he was going AP. I think I saw him building Ludens, which is weird. Anyway. You can look at the map. Oh, when you're playing support, side tips. When you're playing support, always look at your map. When you're not doing anything, take something. Like, take their Scryo Orbs, you know, that vision plant. Make sure you take that as well so they don't have vision and stuff. Just be productive. You know, don't just stand around. Make sure you have the next plan and the next plan and the next plan. As you can see here, I'm trying to get rid of this Rift Herald. Katarina's here. I actually managed to root her there. And yeah, the Rift Herald's gone. The thing I lack being a support player, to be honest, is like I lack, you know, roaming. Even on PC, I couldn't roam, so that's a problem for me. I can see that Malphite ganked the mid lane, and I think Lux is dead from this. Yeah, she died. Yeah. Usually in a Katarina Lux matchup, Lux could win if she knows her, you know, if she knows how to set back, because Katarina has to really be up at your face. If she's up at your face, a Lux can just easily Q first skill, third skill, and then ultimate. Now I'm rotating mid lane because it was over pushed and the Xayah is there, so I'm trying to do something about it. I tried to ult here and it actually reached, and we managed to kill the Xayah. And then, you know, Xin Zhao got a little kill heavy, but I think that Malphite has ultimate. I think he ultimate. Okay, Amumu is there. Okay, Amumu top, by the way. That was so random, but honestly, I think the reason why he picked Amumu top because I think he picked Lucian first, and then oh, look at that pretty combo. Woo! So he was gonna pick Lucian, then I said the enemy team is too wombo heavy, so he decided to pick another character like Amumu top to, you know, balance out that wombo, which is crazy. Yeah, I think this was like the glimmering hope. That was that, because I think at this point, because of that rough early game, it's kind of tilted, you know, everyone gets tilted. Good thing I have my chat off. I have my chat off and only turned on to party so that I don't see the messages. But yeah, I was just like, I think I was the one who initiated the surrender early on because it was too much. Especially when you're a support main, trying to be the mediator and just getting the job done to win, because I do want to win. I do want to get to diamond for the season. Anyway, Malphite and Jax invaded our Xin Zhao and he died, obviously. And I think I died from this too. But look at my damage though. Woo! Okay, Malphite with... Okay, he tried... Did he ult me? Oh, ow. I hit my hand on the table. Okay, Lee Sin was going crazy for me. Oh, this is where I got like fed up. You know what? We're surrendering, guys. You know, it was crazy. But I appreciate the Tristana. She knew her stuff. She was just getting caught. There's a lot of people that do that. You know, when people know what they're doing, they tend to get caught a lot. You know, sometimes people don't because they don't come from PC, so they don't know that mindset. But you know, I'm here trying to join that fight, that skirmish in the mid lane. And I don't have my ultimate here. I think is this the moment where they kind of messed up? Because there was that, you know, when you know you're gonna win for a losing match from that one team fight. I honestly don't remember when it was, but yeah, I think I did my job here in this match. Amumu trying to be a sport. Malphite tries to go in. I tried to root them both. They got away. I think Katarina was trying to kill. Katarina died? Okay, Tristana. See, Tristana was getting all the kills. She was, look at her range. She was trying to really utilize her range because if you guys didn't know, Tristana's range extends the more she levels up. So I think she's the longest range at max level by... If Caitlyn's 600, I think she's 650 or 620 or something. So whenever she gains a level, she gains more range. So in the late game, she can literally, if you have rapid fire, that's like a lot of range. But I think the longest range is Senna with her soul stacking. But you know, I could be wrong and should be corrected in the comments. So now Dragon and Herald is up. As you can see, they're contesting it. I don't think we get Dragon nor Herald because I don't want to sound crude or rude. It's really hard to be a jungle player, to be honest. And when you get the good jungle player, like today I played a match with a Rengar player. He was so good. He knows his stuff, his shite. I think his username was Safari or something. Safari, Rengar, jungle. Come on. Like, he was really good. He knows his stuff. I think he went 14-1 in that match. And I was like, ah. Or when you get a good Evelyn. Like, some junglers know what to do, but it's like support. You really need to know the macro play for these stuffs, you know? And they took Rift as well. See, we didn't get anything from that, you know? You kind of lose hope when you don't get all the objectives, you know? But I think Wild Rift is balanced enough to the point where if you're really lagging behind, there's actually a point where you can win. Like from one, if you have all dragons, if you take Elder, you still win. Like that's balance, people. I think I even saw this video from a Brazilian Wild Rift tuber. I forgot his name, but he's a Brazilian Wild Rift tuber that I watch, and you know how popular is Wild Rift is in, you know, Brazil. And I watched one of his videos, and in the video, I watched his videos, but I saw this one video in specific based on the thumbnail, where he went, the enemy had like 23 kills and they had 0, but they won. I haven't seen that video yet, but I'm probably gonna watch it and see how they won without getting kills, and probably they focus on objectives. Anyway, back to the match. I'm trying to kill this Katarina. Whenever in this situation, when everything is all lost, I always say in my quick messages, let's push. Let's push. We need to push. I mean, thankfully, in terms of objective turrets, we're kind of equal. In terms of objectives, epic monsters, no, we're not. We were not. But props again, this Tristana, like, she had her own game plan. This is why it's important to mind people's business sometimes. Like when people tell me to play tank and stuff, I'm like, no. You know, I know what to do with my champion because I feel comfortable with the champion, you know? So they shouldn't really judge me if I don't pick a tank. And a lot of people do. Why do they care? If you want a tank, play safe. Anyway, was this the match that made us win? Like, change the game? But yeah. This is something. Katarina. I can see that the Jax and the Lee are trying to... yeah, they have Rift and they're trying to push it. Yeah, because Lee's hands is purple. Oh, I got caught here. And then I think I tried to ult here and then... Yep. Props again to Tristana. She's been getting all the kills. That's important. Get your ADC fed. Babysit them to grown up and let them graduate. See, she jumping in. I don't know what happened here. Is she popping off? I think that Malphite can die easily. Oh, see, she dived me, but you know, I think I had my Locket enchant and my W second skill passive up. You see how much shielding you get when you max that second. I used to max the third skill second because I'm like, oh, it's gonna, you know, be useful. No, it wasn't. I think I just started doing that recently and it really changed my perspective in the game. Actually, I think that last team fight that just happened won us the game. And look at Tristana, she was hard pushing. Props against her. She knew her stuff. You know how hard it is to find good ADCs? There's only been like a handful of ADCs I've got where I'm like, especially when I don't type and I just communicate through pings. It's really hard to find a good ADC where you get the vibe, you know? As a person who plays support, I think if I play ADC, I would kind of get the mindset of the, you know, ADC. I mean, of the support. What? If I played ADC, I would get the mindset of the support because I'm a support player, you know. Anyway, we can see that Lee dropped Rift Herald in the bot lane. And boom. My throat. Also underrated the Baron lane. Malphite. Amumu. I know he kind of trolled, but you know he did his job. Oh, he knows this. Okay, Tristana does so much damage. We did so much damage. That's the thing. They didn't have a tank. Amumu, look, Amumu has more health. I think Lee was in the left foot. Yeah, Lee was there. Diving in. I think the minute we found out, or they found out, that Malphite was going AP, I think that gave the Tristana confidence. And yeah, I guess that finishes off the match, right? Yeah. The Lux was really good too, but she kind of messed up in the early game. Wow, we won that. So yeah, that last team fight around the dragon area kind of won us the match. But yeah, that's the Seraphine guide. I hope you learned something from, you know, the gameplay. I hope you want to try Seraphine out. I hope this was helpful. If you guys like this video, like it. If you don't dislike it, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos, reviews, gameplays, etc. and guides like this. You can tip me on coffee as well. And yeah, I hope you like the Seraphine guide. This is my first ever guide, so I hope it's not messy. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.